cause those that love me to inherit substance, and I will fill their treasures. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, even the earth was, even the earth was. In other words, wisdom said that I was with God even before the earth was. Now we saw up in the other verses it said her, she, and all this right now, right? So it was referring to a female. All right. Now let's go a little further here now. Let's look at this right here now. It says, verse 23. He says, "I was set up from everlasting, and from the beginning, or even the earth was. When there was no depths, I was brought forth. When there was no foundation, abounding with water. But the mountains was settled before the hills, was I brought forth. While as yet he had made the earth, nor the fields, nor the high parts of the dust of the world. He had prepared the heavens, I was there. When he was set at compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the foundation of the deep." Now see, now all of it, I want y'all to go ahead and read this, Israel. Y'all go ahead and read this. But now do you see what he's saying here? Wisdom was there. She was there. God's companion was there. Now let's go to Genesis. I'm going to prove it. Now. We just read about all the depths over here. Verse 21, 23 say, "I was set up from everlasting to everlasting, from the beginning, or even the earth was." He said, "I was there." She said, "I was there." Verse 24 says, "When there was no depth, I was brought forth. When there was no foundation, abounded with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was, I brought forth." Not Jesus. Wisdom did. Now let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis. Now, like I said, I'm going to prove what I said. Let's go to Genesis, chapter 1. See, because my sister and brother, it's right in the pages. But if God doesn't show it to you, you can't see it. That's why I stress to you guys all the time. Everybody cannot teach because God has not called them. He is not showing them the things that he is showing us. He's not. Now let's look at Genesis. Chapter 1, verse 1 says, "In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth was without form, and void, and darkness was up upon the face of the deep." Now remember now, we just read over there that wisdom was there. Before there was even a foundation, I was there. He said, "And the Spirit of God," what? The Spirit of wisdom, moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Wisdom made light. I call it a creating spirit, but the Bible calls it wisdom. I'm going to prove it. I just proved it there, but I'm going to prove it even further. Now let's go to Proverbs chapter 3. Now watch it right here. My brothers and sisters, watch this. Proverbs chapter 3. Let's begin at verse 12. Now look what it says here, my sisters and brothers. It says, "My son, despise not my This is verse 11. "My son, despise not my chastising of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For who the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delight. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom." Okay, now we're dealing with wisdom. Now look what it says. "And the man that getteth understanding, for the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof of fine gold. She is. Are you listening? She is more precious than rubies. Talking about wisdom. And all things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her, not him. Lengthening of days is in her right hand, her, not him. Talking about who? Wisdom. And in her who wisdom, left hand, riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness. Her ways, not his. And all her paths are peace. Her path. Okay? She is a tree of life to them that lay hold on her, not him. And happy is everyone that retaineth her, not him. The Lord, by wisdom, has what? Founded the earth. Right there, my sisters and brothers. Right there. It says, look what it says. It didn't say by Jesus. It said the Lord, by wisdom, has founded the earth. By understanding, has he established the heavens. Where's Jesus? Where's Jesus? You Christians, where's Jesus? And look what he said. My son, let not them depart from that eye. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall thou be life unto thy soul and grace unto thy neck. Y'all see that? Now how can anybody get that wrong? He said, then thou shalt walk in the way safely, and thy feet shall not stumble. Now let's look at here. Let's go over here and look at this faggot book. Let's go over to the book of John. Now let's go over here. Now I'm going to show you how different what he says here. They call it St. John. Look what it says. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God, and all things were made by him. Did y'all not hear me specify her, she, her? I mean, how can her, even a fool know the difference between him and her. Now look what it says here. All things were made by him. Not according to over here. Not according to Proverbs. Proverbs says she made all things. Now look what it says here. And without him wasn't anything made that was made. Now my question is even here. Israel, I know you guys know the difference between him and her. I know you do. Now look what it said. In him was life. We just read over here. In her is life. Not him. He said, and the life of the light of men. Not true. My sisters and brothers, we here have proved that this is no more than a bunch of bullshit. Jesus was nowhere around when creation was made. Nowhere. I just proved it. And when it said, let us make man in our own image, he was talking to wisdom and the rest of those spirits. Not Jesus. But if you don't go back, you'll never find out the truth. And see, like I said, my sisters and brothers, the Most High has to give it to you. You can be able to read, fluently, and have not a lick of understanding. And just be reading. And then think that you know what you're talking about. And you'll be just as lost as a ball in high weeds. I'm serious. Be as lost as a ball in high weeds. But yes, I know I'm talking about, this dude here, he needs to do his research. I don't need to do no damn research. Because I have done my research even before I made my video. I know what I'm talking about. I don't need to go back and do no research. See, because if you are not sure of what you're saying, then you shouldn't say anything. Honestly. If you're not sure, that's why I tell you guys, I take you word for word and show you That what I'm saying, you saying the same thing because you're reading it, you're seeing it with your own eye. But you have somebody else come back, and make your crazy ass post. Well, he needs to do this. No, I don't need to do anything. What y'all need to do is y'all need to get off my page. And that's what y'all need to do. Go on your own page and then say what you want to say to those who want to follow behind you. But we here, a lot of MeNoMore.org, we bring nothing but the truth. And I'm not debating with any of you guys. Y'all go ahead and stand on your corners and then let those who want to follow you. But you're not going to come on my page and teach. I guarantee you that. And like some of your stupid ass comments, I leave it up so that my sisters and brothers can see how stupid people are out there who are trying to lead people away from the Most High. But my sisters and brothers, we hear a lot of MeNoMore.org. We wish and hope that the word was very enlightening, and we want to give a shout out to all of our family members. Happy Sabbath. And till next time, Israel, shalom.
You're in the middle of an epic mix with DJ ZX.
Together. Hey, hey, yes I am. Trouble don't last always. I'm so glad. Hey, yes I am. Trouble don't last always. Can I get a witness? I'm so glad. Hey, hey, hey. Trouble don't last always. A friend of mine. In time, storm cloud light, he'll be there. All your burdens, I know the Lord help you to bear. Yes, he will.